Hey there, friendlies. How's up? This is an impromptu live stream because I've been thinking about something we talked about. I'm going to change this so that that right there is not blowing up my screen. Excuse me. It's going to be a short one tonight. You know what? I'm going to get a scotch. I didn't plan this very well because I wasn't planning to do this. I was not planning to live stream tonight, so this is not planned very well. I'm going to get a bottle and I'll be right back. This bottle I cannot get here in the province of Quebec. I buy all my best bottles in Alberta, in fact. This is the Octomore by Yadda. I've been thinking about something that we talked about in a previous live stream. Those birds kill me, man. Something we talked about in a previous live stream was about doing a gear pass around, and I've been thinking about it. I'd spoken with I don't remember who we spoke. Hold on, I gotta close the door. Those birds are driving me crazy. Okay, yeah, sorry about that, guys. I just had to close the door because those birds were. By the way, who's on? Who's hanging with me right now? Oh, and by the way, this glass is from the place where I buy my scotch in Alberta, Kensington Wine Market. Hey, Tyler. Tyler or Tyler and Nick? Either way, I've been thinking about that gear pass around that we talked about a couple of live streams ago. And I wanted to, because I was percolating about it, I thought I'd pop online and see if any of the guys who were in on that conversation would be up for talking about it. Because as some people know, I finally gave in and ordered the Canadian belt knife from Groman, but I ordered a seconds. And I'm wondering if maybe that would make a good candidate for a pass around. Because we had, a couple of guys, let's get together and do a pass around, but we weren't sure what we were going to do, and we were going to come up with ideas, and we'd speak to each other and everything. But I haven't really come up with anything else. I figured I should probably be the one to instigate it by starting the process, unless someone else, figured they wanted to. I ordered the knife over a week ago, and it hasn't even shipped yet. So, if Groman ever gets off their collective arse and sends it, then I'd probably do a first impressions video or something, and then send it on. But I'm also wondering, do we lay criteria on it? Like, does whoever get the knife have to do either? I'd like them to have to do some kind of a review or an impressions, either a YouTube vid or something on Instagram or Facebook if they don't do the YouTubes. I don't know. Does that seem reasonable? Because I don't have an online forum for us to all just, well, technically we could all do it. We could all talk to each other on my Instagram, on my Facebook page, but not everyone who watches me or partakes in these live streams has Facebook, So there's a bunch of stuff I'm trying to think through to make this work. And I'm interested to know what other guys are thinking. Tyler, you're not the only one hanging out with me, but I don't know who else is on. Who else is hanging? Scotch. Hold on. I'm just going to tell some of the guys that I'm doing an impromptu live stream. Because some of them were in on that conversation about the pass around. And Big O Ranch, how's it going? Welcome to the live stream. Have you been around before? I don't know. How's it going wherever you are? No, you haven't? Okay. So welcome. It's a good group around here. It's a very small group right now because I don't usually stream on Wednesdays. I do a Tuesday 9 to 11 Montreal/New York time. And I'm just telling some people that I'm streaming now because I'm never on Wednesday nights. So what part of the world are you in, Big O Ranch? I don't need specifics because I know some people get really squirrely about that, but are you in the States somewhere, sort of Midwest, or are you up here somewhere, up in Canada? Whereabouts are you? Colorado. I have never been to Colorado, but every picture I see makes me desperate to check it out at some point. I would love to do some wild camping out there. Yeah. I haven't been to a lot of the States. I've been to, California, Vermont, Washington State I drove through at one point. And I didn't drive all the way through. Massachusetts. I spent a lot of time in New York State because I have in-laws in New York City. But yeah, so I know. Aside from that, what's going on? Big O Ranch, do you have an actual channel? When I'm hosting one of these, I can't do that thing like click on the buttons and see the user's channel. So I don't know if half the people who show up in the chat actually have channels. So do you have an actual channel? Man, the camera on this laptop makes the lighting just go crazy if I move. Stupid, eh? Oh well, what else? It's okay. Oh, you're just all right. Cool. I shot a video this week. I shot 2 videos this week, one of which I'll put up on Friday, and one of which will go up next week. But the one for next week, man, I somehow had accidentally turned the exposure on my camera like way down, so it's all really dark. So I don't know how I'm going to be able to save it, but I hope I can because it took me a long time to shoot. Every Tuesday, 9 to 11, Montreal/New York time. Colorado time. Are you 3 hours behind us? Like, what time is it where you are right now? Because it's 9:22 where I am. So are you like 6:22? Because my dad lives in British Columbia, which is pretty much just north of you. It's 7:22. Okay. All right. So when I say 9 p.m., it's at 7 p.m. your time, which I guess is supper time. It's not a great time, but I'm going to need another bottle of this pretty soon. So are you Big O, that you're an actual rancher? You're like a cattle ranch? Or do you, I was out in British Columbia this past, if you've seen my videos, you know that I was out in BC for a while. And I have a buddy from here who moved out to the Okanagan, and they've got a ranch now. It's cattle. It's a small ranch, They don't have like hundreds of head or anything, but good old Scotch. Yeah, the reason I had come on tonight was because I wanted to discuss a couple of live streams ago. Some of us had talked about doing a gear pass around. Like, if I start it, I would pass it to another Canadian guy who's like who participates in the live streams, and the last Canadian guy would send it south and it would make its way back, because I would only want it to cross the border twice, because every time you cross the border with merchandise, it becomes expensive, right? So that's why I came on to sort of see if I could talk out the specifics of that. No, sir, small farm in the city, but the neighbors call me the rancher. Okay, that's fine. I have a very small garden. Well, hi. The missus, the kids, and I have a very small garden here. We don't have a very large backyard, and the missus wanted a pool, so we have a very, very small backyard now. But we still, we grew up. We got a lot of tomatoes this year, like little, the little guys. Tons of tomatoes. Some huge freaking zucchinis. We have a muskmelon. No, what the hell is it called? A cantaloupe. But it's not. It's nothing really big. I sort of have this mad dream of moving out to the country, getting a small subsistence farm, just to sort of homestead it a bit, grow our own food, animal and plant, It's just too hard to do in our situation with the missus's job and my job. It's just too hard, Serge, mon ami, qu'est-ce qui se passe? What are you doing, man? I don't have a beer tonight because I was not planning to live stream. I was here cleaning the kitchen after supper. I was just like, I was percolating on this pass around idea. So I was like, you know what? Let's see if anyone's around to talk about it. So who else is on? There's only like 4 of us on right now. There's Tyler. I think he's still here. Tyler, if you're still around, say yo or I or hey or something. Serge, Tenenbaum. Hey, man. Man, you are a night owl, Tenenbaum. Night owl. Okay, Serge, that's legit. I understand that, Tenenbaum, because the whole time I was growing up, I was at my best between like 1 and 4 in the morning. I'd be up, standing at my drawing table, being artistic. But man, these days I can't do it. I just can't. I play a gig. I get home. I go to bed at 4. I'm done until Wednesday. But yeah. Hey, used to be a night owl until you started working again. Yeah, I used to be a night owl till I got old. I'm not in my 20s anymore. It's too hard to be a night owl now. Yeah, I can't do it. But Tyler and Serge, you were both in that discussion about the gear pass around, right? By the way, Tenenbaum, being where you are, have you actually seen one of those Yulia Kaltov axes in the wild yet? You were. So Tyler, have you thought about it anymore? Because I remember saying, anyone who's interested, drop me an email, and nobody really did. But I don't drop emails in that kind of situation all the time either. So I figure it's not that people aren't interested. It's just that life just gets in the way, But I want to get one of those. I would love to actually talk to her. I would love to know like what her thought process was when she started her company, and it's like, it's going to be a carving axe, Yeah, but Tenenbaum, I wasn't sure if anyone in your circle of Well, actually, I don't actually know how outdoorsy you are. I've just been assuming that you're a bushcrafter or like a hiker. I know that you love to camp, but I made an assumption, which was kind of dumb, and it was a stupid assumption because here's the thing: I'm into all that stuff too, but aside from Serge, there's no one in my area that I meet up with to do stuff. That was the week of producing your brother's knife. Yes. Yeah, at Tenenbaum, you and I are living the same life. Well, I'm not working too much at work. I've, got an 8-month-old, and I'm on leave. Well, sales. Here's what I'm thinking. I think we start with one item, and when I started this live stream, but there was only Tyler on. I was thinking that maybe if Groman ever gets off their butt and sends me the knife that I ordered and paid for, then maybe I would, after trying it out, maybe I would send that around, sort of to get the ball rolling. I don't know. I don't know, unless someone else who was involved in that conversation is like, I got something that you guys are gonna love, Primal Edge, man. What is up, brother? I was thinking about you last week. I don't remember what it was about, but I was thinking about you. I think I was wondering how because you make knives, or at least you made knives. And I realized I hadn't actually seen anything by you in a while, and I wasn't sure if you just weren't putting up videos anymore, or if YouTube has decided that they don't want to send me the notices anymore. Because I've noticed that even sometimes when I've clicked the damn bell, I don't get notifications. Simone, come on, get Tyler. I would do that in Montreal a minute, absolutely. Salut, Simone. You know what? Let me try to turn that light off, and maybe it would mitigate this shifting of the light thing. Yeah? Oh, that's positively romantic. Primal Edge, we were talking about, guys, who remembers, was it 2 live streams ago or 3? Yeah, but Sash, it's okay. Okay, you did take a long hiatus. So what we were thinking of doing was starting a little gear pass around loop. Whoever starts sending something around, like we would sort of sign up for it, I guess. And say I started with a knife. I'm just picking myself because why not? And I wanted to just to send stuff. Like if we had 4 Canadian guys and 2 Americans, or the other way around, or whatever, some Canadians, some Americans, the item would make its way across one country, cross the border once, make its way across the other country, and then cross the border one more time, so that everyone isn't paying border crossing nightmare fees all the time, and I was thinking that I have a knife that's supposed to come in at some point, and that maybe if no one else has something cool to send around, then I would start with that. But if Tyler is saying to pass one of his around, that's way more interesting, because that's a unique knife, whereas the knife I ordered was a Groman #1, right? The Canadian belt knife. They're everywhere. Well, they're everywhere up here. It might be a little rarer in the States. There might be more of the cold steel ones in the States than the Groman ones, than the original, but I don't know that because I don't live down there. But I was thinking about it while I was cleaning up the kitchen, and it just crossed my mind to pop online and see if anyone's around who was involved in that conversation. Yeah, I'm not surprised, Primal Edge. If we do it, you would be very welcome on that, because as a knife maker yourself, I would value your input on whatever we send around. I'm pretty sure Tyler would as well. Tyler, have you watched any of Primal Edge's stuff? Do you guys know each other at all? This Primal Edge, your channel sort of, you pivoted a bit into more of a maker space kind of thing, I think, before you took your hiatus, didn't you? Like, I remember you making that really cool, was it a dice tray or a dice? Yeah, Simo, I've been in on a couple of projects like that. It's a nightmare, and I bet you the dust is terrible too. Simo, I've been thinking that when I finally get my garage all set up, I want to do kind of what Casey Neistat did with his wires. because I'm gonna have wires everywhere. And like Casey is not the only one who does this. He's just sort of the YouTuber that everyone's seen who does it. Like when you put all your, say, your battery chargers on the wall in one place, and all the wires come down, and you've got them all attached, and then they all sort of move off, and like everything is aligned, so you don't have wires hanging everywhere. I'd like to do that when I finally get my my stuff. Yeah, Tyler, check out Primal Edge's channel. He's got some really cool stuff. Oh, Simo, okay, you're not there yet. Tyler, I love it. But yeah, Primal Edge, because Tyler makes some stuff too. He does some cool projects. Tyler, well, I don't know what kind of phone you're utilizing, but this by the way, this phone is. I was about to say this phone is shite, but it's not. It's just very old. If I'm typing, what I do is I just hold down the C, and there's a cedilla. Do you have something like that? Not that I want to get all techy or anything, but yeah. So I've been thinking that I would kind of like to. I'd like to start this thing. I'd like to do it, and I want Dennis in on this. I don't know if you guys, if all you guys know Dennis, but he Canoe Hound Adventures. I would love him to be involved in this. He's a great outdoorsman, and I think his take on gear is probably valuable because he gets out a lot. He's a very serious canoeist. I'm gonna say canoeist. Come on, guys, canoeist, right? Hey, and he uses a lot of gear. He's got a really unique taste in knives, and I don't mean that in the kind of he's got weird taste. I mean, his two sort of biggest users are both Canadian makers who have small but loyal followings. One is Triple X Knives, and the other is, oh damn it, now I'm feeling stupid. I don't remember what the other one is, but they're both sort of they're both really good makers up here in Canada. All right, Primal Edge, see you later. Canoeist, okay, is. Yeah, Tyler, I don't know if you have to do what, like on the iPhone, you add languages to your keyboard. So, Simone was right. Okay. Here's what I'll do. Let me just take a look at my YouTube. Stupid statement. Let me take a look at my my channel's Facebook page for a second here. No, that is not going to be the right password. Right. Sorry. Hold on. Is that going to be the right password? No, of course not. I'm not using the right computer, and I don't bloody remember my password. But I do believe that I've lost the live chat window. Oh, there it is. Like I think I can actually set up a group on my Facebook page. Oh, that's Simo's not on Facebook. Okay, I'm gonna put my email address up again. But I want a better way to for us to be contacting each other. I let Daughter know that we were on. Simone, where is he, man? Simone, where is he? Hold on. I'm gonna let him know. Boom, baby. Just let him know. Let's see if he can come on. He can't always come on at this time. He's a very busy man. Simone, absolutely. Tyler, do you have a knife on the go that you'd be willing to pass around, or one that is almost ready, or one that you've got planning, or would you have to build something for us to pass around? Because I think it's a great idea, and it's also really valuable for you to get like 4 or 5 guys to to use it, put up a Facebook post or an Instagram post or a YouTube video about their thoughts on the item, and anyone who gets in on this would have to be honest with their thoughts. But I'm also, hey, outdoors here, good. Were you serious about that axe head last time? Because if you are, drop me a note, because yeah, let's do it. Simone. But yeah, Tyler. But I'm also very cognizant of the fact that if you're making knives, then making knives for pay is also important. Whereas putting your time into making a knife that's going to be passed around, instead of like an immediate purchase might. What I'm saying is, if you're into it, that's fabulous. But you don't have to do it. We can find something else to pass around. Yeah, Serge, I get it. Outdoor 1 year, I'm going to go to Utwine with you. Well, I'm going to go to Utwine, and I'll see you there. 1 year, I'm going to do it. If you're going to, Skinnerish designs are very cool. I'm not going hunting this year again. I've now not been hunting in 4 years, so I wouldn't be able to try it out as a skinner. But if you think about it, the Nessmuk is technically a skinner, and not everyone uses it for skinning. So, yeah, outdoor, you got to. Look, we're not having any more kids. We've had, we're on the same page. So I will at one point not be caring for a very small child, But yeah, definitely hold me to that. I want to. I'm dying to take a trip, do a vid with some other YouTubers or some of the subs, or just go somewhere and do a vid somewhere else, and just set up my hammock and hit. Yours are 8 and 13. As you know, like mine are 8 and 8 months right now. That's not entirely true, Simon. Well, emotionally it's true, but physically it's not. Anyways, Scotch gets me through anything. I'm just making sure I'm not missing any chit chat here. Places I'm dying to camp: Pennsylvania, New York State, Vermont, British Columbia, Alberta, anywhere in Sweden. Also Sweden, the magical kingdom of Sweden. If there's any like wild camping in Iceland, I'd love to try that. I've got a real sort of Scandinavia, I'm not a Scandinavia file or anything, but I've always been really interested in that part of the world. I would love to camp in North Africa. I would love, love, love to camp in South Africa. Tyler's right. You're going to filter some meat through cheesecloth. Nice. I made ketchup au fruits this week, and I think in English that's either a fruit ketchup or it's a fruit chutney. I think it's a chutney. But the pickling herbs you're supposed to put in a cheesecloth, but I don't have any cheesecloth, so I just threw them in. Oh, it's tasting like a crunch. Oh, that was a peppercorn. Okay. You know, Tyler, I got to get out to your part of the world too. There's a lot of stuff I want to see, guys. Like, but see with a camping hammock or, and an axe by my side. There's a lot of cities I want to see as well, but there's a real magic to pitching a tent somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Tenenbaum. I would also love to have gone to the bushcraft symposium in Alberta that was just happening, or wherever the next one is. I would love to go to something like that. The thing about the Alberta one is I could have probably afforded to go if we didn't have a brand new kit, right? Today I logged into YouTube, to the creator space. I was like, tell us what you think of your YouTube experience. Take our survey. I was like, oh, are you kidding? You want me to tell you what I think of you, rat bastards? I took the survey. Then I unloaded them. Like everywhere, it was like, tell us more. I was like, you guys suck. Yeah, UK. Yeah. I was listening to the Paul Kirtley podcast today. Yeah, Tyler really did. My default setting is YouTube as a site and as a service and as a community is very, very, very cool. YouTube as a company is garbage. It's a slow burning dumpster fire. And because in January or October, I think it's shite. I don't remember, but in either October or January, they're moving the goalposts on us again about the whole privacy and children thing, and though my channel would not be directly affected by that, what they're afraid of is that knock-on effect are going to hit everyone. I'm like, well, wow, just keep throwing it at me. I don't have anything to lose. I may as well start dropping salty language in and showing like breasticles or something because, you're making it so hard for small channels to reach that 10,000 sub threshold that it's not even worth it to aim for it anymore, Well, by the way, Simon, the nice thing about it being in the UK is that by that point, the pound will probably be worth nothing. So I'll go and I'll pick up two Jack Lores. The next changes to happen, because they also moved the goalposts on people who were verified recently. Massive outcry. They reversed themselves, and everyone's got their little check marks back. But what I hate is most of all is the fact that they just changed the rules. No discussion about it. No nothing. No grandfathering in good players, who've been around for a while and aren't bad. Aren't doing the bad things. And they keep doing it. It's like, somebody please bring out a viable alternative to YouTube. Please. I wouldn't leave YouTube, but I would post everything twice. And over there I'd probably make millions. Kidding. But over there I'd feel like I'm not actively being denigrated by the site. And over here I would just keep in touch with all you guys, Yeah, same exactly. Well, I'm in the YouTubers Union. It sounds good, but I don't know. YouTube is very, very big. Iggy Metal is also very, very big, which is nice. But I hope for the best, but expect the worst, because that way, there's no way I can be disappointed, you know? There's no way I can be disappointed. Hmm. Yeah. As it's good to know that you know about the YouTubers Union, Tenenbaum. Do any of the rest? Excuse me. Do any of the other guys know about that? About the YouTubers Union? They got a very large Facebook presence, um, and they've teamed up with pretty much one of the biggest unions in Europe. IG Metall is a very, very big deal. I'm just checking, checking to see if I'm just checking to see if Groen has sent my freaking knife yet. Nope, no word. I won't be disappointed. I can't exactly chug this scotch because I can't buy it here in Quebec. So this will be my last dram. It's not even a dram. I'm just having small amounts. I'm going to be doing this thing locally here where I do a whiskey tasting at my house, like 5 guys max. Mostly because I had to buy 4 of these Glencairn glasses, and they're expensive as hell because this design is recent enough that there's still only one company allowed to make them. So I have 2 of these from the Kensington Wine Market in Calgary, and I bought 4 more. Couldn't afford 6 more, and outdoor. There will be a StreamYard live stream next week. I tried it out after the live stream last night with one member, with you, in fact, and I'm sold on it. I'm sold. It takes all the problems I've had with Google Hangouts and just, so I'm very excited about it. Update of the YouTube Union, Simon, is that there's actually going to be a meeting with YouTube in Berlin in October. In October. There will be a meeting in Berlin in October. I think that some of the things the union is asking for are a bit of a stretch, but I think that a lot of what the union is asking for is very, very reasonable. I don't know if we're in a world where anyone really has to listen. Serge, yes, I do believe that Canoe Hound has started using StreamYard. Yeah. And it is dead easy. It is easy because it's not linked to your email address. My problem with Google Hangouts is that it's linked to your email address. So I can't put a Google Hangout into Rain Dance Bushcraft. It just keeps going to Jesse Corbet, which is a channel that is dormant right now. StreamYard, no problems. Okay. Ain't got no problems. Tea's a good drink, but scotch is also a very good drink. Absolutely. I'm right there with you. I think you're absolutely right. Because the thing is that if it goes to court, then it suddenly becomes very big news, right? YouTube being taken to court. And I think that the last thing they need right now is a bigger shitstorm, you know? Oh, I said shit. I think I've said that a couple of times tonight. You know, I'm demonetized. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? But like the new changes that are coming pertaining to children in YouTube will make it very hard for certain channels to make a living. I don't care about making a living. Said it twice. You know what I love about the word demonetized? It has the word demon in it. Demonetized. That was weird, right? Sorry. You know, I don't know. Family friendly. I like to keep it family friendly. The thing is, you can't really justify not being family friendly when your occasional co-host is 8. Do you know what I'm saying? Hike with Mike's here. Oh, another moderator already handled that. Okay. How's it going, Hike? Can I call you Hike? Were you in on the convo when we were talking about a gear pass around, Hike? Because here's the deal. The reason I'm on tonight is because we had this conversation and then nobody emailed me about it afterwards. And I was doing the dishes and cleaning the floors and crap because Clémence, I clean up. Hold on. See my kitchen? See Clémence's kitchen. I clean that up several times a day, and then she just comes and just throws everything everywhere. So I was just doing the after supper cleanup, and I was thinking about that about that gear pass around. I kind of want to do it. Like we were, chatting about it, and then nothing happened. But I kind of want to do it. And Tyler's got a good idea of something to pass around, but I don't know how long that would take for that to be ready. I ordered something that will show up one day, and maybe after I tried it, I would pass it around. I mean, I would want it back at the end. And there's another thing, by the way. If we pass something around and someone decides they want it afterwards, can we have that conversation? That whoever started the pass around can sell it to them, obviously for a discounted price. Like if I spent $100 on a brand new knife or whatever, and we pass it around, and someone says, "Can I have that?" and I'm willing to let go of it, I'm not going to charge what I bought it for. I would probably charge, like, what would be fair in a situation like that? Half price? Like if it's something that they can't just buy from the company themselves, if it was something custom or, Tyler, your knife, if someone said, "Can I have this when we're done? Do you have, would you have a price ready?" kind of thing. See, now I'm just spitballing here, right? Because this might be something that would pop up. Someone might say, "Look, guys, I really love this. I want it." Is the person who started the pass around going to be willing to part with it? And if so, what kind of price? What we would need is for everyone to at all times be honest about their feelings about the thing when they do their write up or their video or whatever. And if they want it, if the person isn't really willing to let go of it, they got to be okay with saying, "No, I don't want it," and it's got to be okay. That's fine. Can I order another one from you, Tyler? Or it's okay. I'll just buy one from Groman or whatever. All right, outdoor. See you later. If you want in on the pass around, please drop me a note on the Signal. Oh, maybe Signal is how we should all. How many of you guys have Signal? I used to use something else, but Signal is apparently much more secure. No. It would have to finish the pass around before it gets grabbed. Like it would have to be if it's making the rounds and I'm the fourth guy and there's 8. Okay, that would be huge. But say I'm the third guy and there are 6 people doing the pass around. I can't stop the pass around. It has to keep going. And like maybe you could only really say something when it gets to the final guy, or I don't know, or like you could say something, but you still have to pass it on, right? It can't. The pass around can't stop at someone just because they want it. Simone, if I want to just let people know how to contact me on Signal, I just give them my name. Like, would I tell them to look up Rain Dance Bushcraft, or would I tell them to look up Jesse Corbet? Or could I just send some invites? No, because the invites only work with people whose phone numbers I have. So I can't just invite Tyler, for instance, just as a, you know, just as a for instance, no pressure or anything. Yeah, it only lets me invite people who's, okay. So if anyone wants to chat with me, like surefire way of getting in contact with me, look me up. Piss on a biscuit. I just misspelled my own name. On Signal. I find Signal very cool. It's definitely not a slick app, but if it's secure and I don't have to worry about blah 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 blah, blah then I'm sold on it. Tyler, if you download Signal, you can either fire me your email, your phone number, or you can just look me up. It's up to you. But yeah, anyone who wants to, I don't know, if you're willing to, hey, Nick, welcome to the stream. Oh, you missed so many things. We were talking about a gear pass around that we're thinking of doing that we'd actually spoken about in a couple of live streams back. I was talking about scotch. I was talking about this beautiful, beautiful bottle that I'm going to have to replace fairly soon and cannot buy in my province. What else were we talking about? Simon was making fun of me because that's his modus operandi. I did not pour a beer because I wasn't planning to live stream tonight. Talked about my kids. I talked about the utter dumpster fire that is YouTube right now. Tyler, man, what's up with that? Why you gotta be hating? Serge, yeah, mine too. Signal is slowly becoming my de facto bushcraft communication tool, is what he says. And I agree, because it's becoming mine as well. But just look me up on the name that I put there. By the way, it's Jesse. It's notJessie, and it's not Jessy. Okay? But feel free to hit me up on Signal if you want to be part of the pass around. Yeah, I want to get that started. I think that's going to be really cool. Another thing, do we only do it during the warm months, or is winter okay? I know some of you guys down south, winter you don't care about. If you live in Florida, winter doesn't do a damn thing to you. But if up here, winter can really it can really kick you in the teeth sometimes. But for me, anything that's stainless, I don't mind using in. Start again. But for me, like in the winter, I use stainless knives. And I don't have to worry about them. Like I keep my carbon stuff for the summer, like the drier and warmer part of the year, and stainless for the wetter and colder part of the year. This summer notwithstanding, because I had 2 new stainless knives that I really wanted to work out. I should do videos on those, actually. I should do like final reviews of both of those. Soon. Tyler uses carbon all year round. I used to be like that. I prefer carbon steel. I have no love for stainless in itself. I do really like my 2 my 2 main stainless knives, but it's not because they're stainless. I don't love stainless. I like the problem-free aspect of stainless during the damp part of the year. Simo, I know, loves his stainless. Okay, Nick, what you do is you go to signal.simo, is it .org, and download the chat app. Yes, it is .org. Okay, and once you get the app, just look up Jesse Corbet. I'm going to put it in there again, and that way you can just get in touch with me. Nick is there. Hey, Nick. Your sheath is packed with oil and wax. For my Woodlore clone that I think you've seen in like a billion of my videos, that sheath is nicely oiled up inside now because I put a thin coating of mineral oil on the blade every time I get back from a trip. The first thing I do is this, right? I wash my tools and I put mineral oil on all of them, slip it into the sheath while it's still all oily. So I'm not that worried about that particular carbon knife. But what worries me is if I'm out for a couple of days, rust setting in while I'm out, you know? Oh, wow. Nick is actually here, like, with her own username. Hey, Nick. Nice to see you. Nice to see you as your own little unit this time. I mean, you guys are great as a pair, obviously, but it's nice to have you on the stream yourself. What's going on here, guys? So, I was about to fill Nick in on everything that we've talked about, but I've been filling people in. Tyler, tell Nick what we've been doing. Just kidding. I was talking about the pass around that we talked about a few live streams ago, and how I've decided that I very much want to do it. And the fact that nobody actually emailed me about it after that live stream doesn't mean that we can't do it, because I have failed to email people after live streams before, and it's just because life got too rough immediately afterwards. And I understand that. I understand that. I'm not hurt. I'm just disappointed. But Simo, I deserve love. Am I not a person too? I got some videos to make, by the way, guys. I got all my leather making stuff now, and now that I'm not touring with my band or hanging out at my dad's place in BC or stuff, I should really get to work on that sheath for my daughter's knife. Canadian is better than person. Fair enough. I love it. I love it. But yeah, so I got to get started on that sheath, and I'm going to video that whole thing because I don't know how the hell to do a knife sheath. So I think it'd be hilarious if I just buggered it completely on camera, you know? Tea's a good drink because I got to lay off the scotch. I got to be up early and get 2 kids off to school and daycare tomorrow. Tyler, I know you know how the hell to do a knife sheath. I know. I'm going to drop you a line about, because like what I don't know is, and we're not going to let this take over the live stream, but like pretend this is not a folder. Like, do I put it down on the leather, draw a line, and then roll it over and draw a line? Or do I have to add some space? Like, my biggest thing is I don't know how to measure it out initially. That's what I don't know how to do, you know? But I mean, we'll take that offline. We'll talk about it later. Because now that everyone's going to be checking me out on Signal. By the way, how many of you guys know about Nick and Tyler's business Instagram page? Oh, it won't let me into this is not my main computer anymore, so I don't have any of my passwords on this computer anymore. Nick and Tyler, put the Instagram up, but like, don't put the .com part or something. Just do it. Yeah, traditional sheath all the way. I don't want to do anything uber complicated at all. I'll be right back, guys. Rats, I can't find it. My wife used to have a sewing kit in there. I wanted to get a like a measuring tape because I wanted to see if, like, say the knife is, just pretend this is an inch, then how much space do I put between them before putting the other? Like, my main thing is I'm wondering what the spine of the sheath needs to, like how much space I need to add. CH Rustic Works on Instagram. That's it. CH Rustic Works. Yeah, guys, check it out. It's cool if you're into the whole Instagrammage. Oh, you guys have a Facebook as well. Simone, just don't do the crazy stuff I'll be trying next winter. Man, you gotta let us know. Come on. What's happening next winter? If you're okay with talking about it. Hold on, Serge just sent me something. Is this something I can show off, Serge? Monsieur Delso? Yes, I saw that. I saw that. Can I show this? Come on, focus. Oh, of course, I'm not using my usual. Check out that sheath. Check out that kukri. I love that knife shape, but I don't ever see myself using one, you know? I feel that, oh, piss. Like, I don't know what I would use one for. I feel that certain tools are location specific. If you're in Florida or the Philippines or Hawaii, something like a machete is more useful than an axe. But if you're up here, an axe is kind of the way to go. So, like, even though I really like the look of those, I don't know what I would ever use one for. Like, I don't need a chopper because I don't use a chopper. I don't have a 7-inch knife. I have hatchets and axes for that stuff, and I have knives for the, the traditional knife stuff. So, what would be the use for me for buying one? Your brother is much more into knives than I am. He's got a very impressive collection of knives. So, of course, by the way, the gentleman who lives behind that wall in the other half of the semi-detached, he has a very significant collection of knives. Like, he spends a lot of money on his knives. I'm having another scotch. I'm going to drink something else, though. Like, he's got some really, like, $1,000 knives kind of thing, you know? I do not have a $1,000 knife. And by the way, I don't know how many of you guys saw the Dutch bushcraft knives video about the Ramiers, like the woodlore, but I agree with them completely. The price of that thing is way out of line for what you get, which is why I don't have one. I mean, aside from the fact that it's unbelievably expensive. Like, to me, that kind of money is custom knife money, period, you know? So I've gone from the Optimar to the Kilchoman. Oh, it smells gorgeous. Tastes even better. This is a scotch that I'm going to be very sad to see the end of. Very sad. I'm going to have to buy another bottle of that, but that's expensive as crap. And it's funny. It's only 46% alcohol by volume. It's not a cask strength, but it's still very, very good. Facebook.com. Simon retracting messages. Are you kidding me? Hold on. Nick Adams. This picture was shared on Signal. Hold on. Let me go back and see. Mr. Adams, I think I missed a question. Where do I go to look you up on Signal? Okay. Has anyone looked me up on Signal yet? I mean, it's pretty crass of me to say download Signal and you can talk to me, but it just seems to be the best way to, like, I want to contact you now. For instance, like, if I'm if I want to do the what's it called, StreamYard thing, and I want, say, Simon and Tyler and Sergeant. I'm just pulling names out of a hat here. I'll on Signal I'll say, you want to be on my live stream tonight in 5 minutes, and they'll say, yeah, of course I do, because you're awesome and we're awesome and the guys are awesome and the girls are awesome and the whole group is awesome. Let's do it. Whereas if I'm emailing someone, I always have to assume that they may not see it until tomorrow, because if you email me, I may not see it till tomorrow. I miss emails all the time. Nick, if you want to just email me, or Nick, are you following me on Instagram? Because Instagram messages are also much more immediate than your email. Like if someone texts me on Instagram, I answer pretty quickly. I mean, I would love to centralize it around Signal. I would, but not everyone. It's pretty crass of me to tell you to download an app just so you can contact me. That's what I'm saying, You're not on Instagram either? At least you have the account, okay. Nick, by the way, do you have a channel? Do you have a channel that we can all check out after this live stream? Oh, guys, this is what I like about this Kilchoman is that there's a salty brush just at the back of the tongue. That's something else. Like there's smoke there. There's a smoky thing happening, which I love, but there's also I don't know, it's a briny, but there's a salt water, just a touch of it there, Yeah, you've had a dozen beers, like, fucking Signal. I just dropped an F-bomb. Good thing I don't have to worry about the monetization. You don't have a channel, okay. BioLite reviews. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something about BioLite. I have a BioLite, the Camp Stove 2 or whatever it's called, and I hate that stupid thing. I can't. I know how it's supposed to work, and it isn't working for me. It doesn't work for me and Camille. When we're together, it doesn't work for me solo. I don't know what I'm doing, and I lost the instructions, and I keep meaning to just YouTube the proper way of doing it, and life gets in the way. But I feel like I've spent a lot of money. Tea's a good drink. I feel like I spent a lot of money on nothing. Not on nothing, but on it's not even on junk. It's beautifully designed. But here's the thing. I kind of feel that it's a solution in search of a problem, because I'm a bushcrafter, so I'm not the target market. Like a hiker, like a weight weenie, someone who goes real lightweight, they're not going to want it. Someone who's car camping is probably going to bring one of those Coleman stoves, like the 2-burner things. It's like, what's the target market for this thing? Like I have epic amounts of respect for people who just design something for the fun of designing it. For let's just try something new. A company like that I have massive respect for is Sportis Outdoor Tools. I did a crappy review. The review wasn't crappy, but the video was not what I had hoped. Of one of their products one day, and hold on, I'm getting their website for you. And the thing is, Sportes stuff is very much like, let's play with ideas. But the thing is, it comes from a place of there's a hole in the market, rather than I want to put out a stove that I think is kind of cool and it'll cost $1 million and people might not care about it once they've spent the money, Hold on. I'm gonna go back. You don't have a channel, doesn't beers, Byler reviews secures signals a secure communication platform from the basis of many other apps. Not family friendly, sorry. Sales uses Facebook Messenger for 80% of your communication because, not related to my channel. I'm with you, Serge. I use Facebook Messenger for almost everything, but because a lot of the people who follow me on the two reviews don't do the Facebook thing, that's where the signal comes in. Because you don't have to have a Facebook account. You don't have to, Oh, Tyler wants tea. Good old tea. Good old tea. It's funny because I used to, wait, I'm kidding. Okay, I'll tell this. I used to drink only loose tea. For a long time, I drank only loose tea, and I still prefer loose tea. But the ease of use of a tea bag is unbeatable. Here's the thing. Tea bags generally are made from essentially the dust that's left over after they've made the loose tea and put that in cans and shipped it out. So you're not going to get an ideal cup of tea from a tea bag unless it's like one of those, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Like if it's one of those high-priced tea bag boxes, fine, but generally speaking, you don't get ideal tea from a bag. But ease of use is something when you've got like 2 seconds while you're on a live stream, Oh, this is so good. So good. I don't want to wake anyone up. I've had the one and have the two. What we discussed before was the smoke when you first. Yeah, that's right. That was you. Tyler's making tea. You'll all be pleased to know. I'm pleased to know too. Whenever I'm in a spot where I'm not the only tea drinker, I kind of feel warm and fuzzy. Nick, I think I have to work out how to place the wood in it. One thing I know I'm doing differently from the way it's designed is, we're doing ferro rod on a char cloth or whatever, and trying to stuff that in instead of just using the little fire starter cubes that they supply. Just throw that in lit and it'll light everything. I know, but I don't use fire starter. I use natural tinder or fire or char cloth. That's it, to me. That's the way I like to light a fire. I scratch or I hit a piece of wood against this piece of steel against a stone. But there's something in the way that we're loading it that is wrong. And what's cool about it is that you can use it to power up a phone or something. But what I want more than that, like what I would use more often than that, is just a simple stove. And so the hobo stove that I made from an IKEA cutlery caddy, I've got to redo that video. I've lately decided that I should redo some of the old videos I did before the beginning of 2018, when I got my camera and started paying for music and then got demonetized. But that's when I started upping my game. And so there are certain videos that I did earlier that I kind of want to redo. But that little hobo stove has gotten way more use than the BioLite 2. Way more use. It's very simple. You throw a bunch of sticks and you light them. Boom, they go up in flames. You put a pot on top. What I would like is, I think I saw somewhere, but I don't bloody remember where, someone makes a rack, like a cooking rack specifically for that thing, for that IKEA cutlery caddy. That I would like, because trying to balance my Moore's pot on the top, because they're almost the same diameter, is terrible. So I'd like to get that rack to put on the top. You're making tea. Oops. Oh no, hold on. You're seeing the basis of most drinks, water. Water's a legit choice. I'm really trying to get my water in these days. You like being able to charge devices off it. Right, exactly. That was the appeal, but the quality has been lacking for the price. I also agree with that. Be sure to ping me on the Rain Dance Insta with the number. Fair enough. I have to get more beer and then check on the baby. Be right back. Okay, Nick. See you soon. Okay, Serge. Have a good night. If you're still around. Tyler, you can contact me at. Okay, you've created a temporary email address. I can't figure out what the hell DAVM means. Bonne nuit, Serge. Fun fact is. Wait, it's Tyler's birthday? Come on. Tyler, are you still on, or did you step away for a minute? Come on, man. Happy birthday. We've still got. Oh, yeah. We're still got like a time. Okay. What was the new coffee? He said while taking another swig of the. About the coffee. A, what was the new coffee? B, what's his method for making coffee? Because here's the thing. From my experience, 3.5 years working at a Starbucks before they got all this, like, you tap a button and it makes the coffee thing. And my experience ever since then, if you use a paper filter, I don't care if you're using a percolator or no, that doesn't make sense. Like a coffee maker, with the cone, or an AeroPress, as long as you have a paper filter, you're not getting the best coffee experience, because all the essential oils, not essential oils, but all the oils get sapped by the paper. So if you spend a lot of money on great coffee, you got to use something. Here's what we use. Sorry guys, I did the dishes before going online. Here's what I use to make the missus' coffee every morning. And I'll tell you something for free. If this is the way coffee had been made in our house when I was growing up, I would be a coffee drinker, because this is a whole different world. But I grew up in a household where it was, the typical cone filter and the thing under the bum, and you take the carafe and you pour yourself a cup of really crappy coffee. You get the oils with this because there's no paper, right? It's a metal filter. And this, by the way, does not make espresso. Anyone who tells you this is an espresso maker is lying. It does not make espresso, but it does make a fabulous cup of coffee. And every morning I make the missus a coffee. See, metal. I make the missus a coffee. I heat up the milk. I use this the way they're supposed to be used, which is way, way too much trouble for a lot of people. And my coffee is amazing. Whoops. Oh, no, I missed. Oh, wow, I got a lot of catch up to do. Okay. You made sure to ping me on the rain. Okay, so that'll be on my Instagram. That's good. You're going to head off. Salzer's gone. Bye-bye. Hi at Tyler's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tyler. Happy birthday to you. Okay, that's done. Contact info. Yes. What was you? Oh, Nick, what got more use than the BioLite was I made a little hobo stove out of one of those IKEA cutlery caddies. A lot of people have done that. A lot of people. In fact, I just remembered, man, I had a YouTube friend a long time ago. His name was Effie Jr. Has anyone here watched Effie Jr. before? But unfortunately, he's gone. I don't mean he's left the channel. I mean he's left the planet. He died. He got cancer, and it was terminal, and he's gone. But he was beginning his bushcraft journey, and he had a channel, and he was documenting it. He didn't mean for it. That's not what he meant for his channel to be, but that's what it was. He was learning as he was going. And anyway, when I made my video about making one of those IKEA stoves, he said that the pastor of his church had made him one, and he really liked it. Because the magic of that stove is that it's just an IKEA caddy, and they have holes in them, so there's all kinds of airflow, and you cut out a chunk so you can put your sticks in. It's a stick stove, right? It's only like boom. And they work beautifully. What I did was I took a couple of clothes hangers, the wire ones. And the snip, I bent the end, and I used those. So I stuck those in the topmost holes as a rack. But for my Moore's pot, it's just about the same size as the cutlery caddy, so it doesn't work. Because it's sitting on the side and slipping. And that's why I'm saying I know that there's a company somewhere that makes. I meant to do that. That makes a rack for the top of these, and I would spend my money on that if I could remember the company name. Hit you with a number for Signal, sure. Oh yeah, man. If you guys can also start getting in touch with each other, then my channel has done its job, because I love that. Got anything cool for your birthday, by the way, Tyler? Aside from coffee? What did I get for my last birthday? My 40th birthday was something fierce, because I bought myself a bass that I had to save up for 6 years to buy. It was $5,000. I do love that bass, though. It's as light as a kitten, man, and it sounds gorgeous. It speaks with the voice of God. I don't really buy into the God thing. I don't know why I said that. Hold on, let me go back. Hey, Wood Pigeon, come on, man. How's it going? You drinking something special tonight? I'm having the scotch. And have you made anything special lately? Because, guys, those of you who don't know, Wood Pigeon, man, he's always like napping some flint or making something leather or something. He's the one who ruined my plans or my dreams. I've always wanted to have sleeping furs. Like I bag a deer or something. I save the skin, tan it good and soft, but don't lose the hair, and use it as sleeping furs. And I was like, I'm gonna do this, and he said, well, actually, that hair's all gonna come off eventually. So he ruined my dreams. But he does a lot of really cool stuff, guys. Bushcraft blend. What? Bushcraft blend? Oh, you're a French press fella. Nice. Good. Okay. I've never heard of a bushcraft blend. Throw up a URL with Yadda.com. I have a fresh press that I have a fresh press. I have a French press that I use for loose leaf tea. It's a bottom, because I'm all posh that way. It's up there somewhere because I haven't done it in a long time. I don't make. I used to. Here's the thing, man. When I was younger, my buddy Robin and I used to get together. You guys, Robin's been on here. We would get together and do something like, I don't know what, draw stuff way into the night, and I would have like a pot of loose leaf Earl Grey in a French press. But man, after a week straight of that, you've kind of tanned the inside of your stomach, But the nice thing about a French press is it's a middle filter, so you don't sap out all the oils. So you get the flavor, whatever it is you're making. Wood Pigeon's phone updated and he hates it. That's happened to me before. Bylight has that French press. Bylight has a French press. I didn't know that. Wood Pigeon's a coffee guy. That's legit. I ain't got no problems with that. I'm not a coffee guy. I'm not against coffee, but it's not like my comfort zone the way tea is. Excuse me. Like I have a morning tea. I'll have a latte after lunch. Excuse me. Or something. But as I'd said way earlier in this podcast, in this live stream, if I had discovered coffee like this way instead of that stupid cone filter over the carafe, I would definitely be a coffee drinker in a big, big way. Where are we? So that Violet Cut French press works well. Good to know. You might just pick out this. You with your cut. Okay, fine. Everyone's saying hi to Wood Pigeon. You have no problems with this. That's good. Tired. Yes, I'm here. Me too. Nick Adams. The business email is ch. Okay. Whoops. Hold on. Somebody made a comment, so I've lost my my space, my place. Speaking of channels who disappeared, what happened to Tony Robinson? I don't know. I didn't. Um, thing. I even when I click the damn bell, I don't always get notifications. So who the hell knows? Like there are channels I haven't seen in months. I don't realize it because they just stopped being. They just stopped showing up in my feed. Sergeant Fruitcake, for instance, I had like not even realized that I haven't seen one of his videos in a long time. Turns out he'd taken a break. I have a video about that coming up on on Friday, by the way. But like I click the damn bell and I don't always get the notifications. It's like, what up, YouTube? Get your crap together. You know what I'm saying? Tyler, I saw that leather stitcher on your Instagram and I like it. I think it's cool. I don't know, like when it, okay, here's the thing, because you'd sort of said that you gotta be a little manual. When it arrived, was it usable or did you have to work on it to make it usable? Because the price seems unbelievable. Um, Nick, yes, URL for the coffee would be amazing. You made a bow. What? Cool. You're making arrows? Oh, wood pigeon. You see, you're another guy who I've clicked the damn bell and I don't get, your stuff doesn't show up. I'm going to go and check that out. The morning tea. Excuse me, sir. It's not morning yet. It's terrible. It was usable. Okay. Scablands Bushcraft. Wait. Scablands Bushcraft makes coffee? Because I'm sub to Scablands Bushcraft. Tyler, okay. So if I order one of those at some point, I'll just have them, I'll send it to your address. You can do all that to mine and send it to me, right? Right? I didn't know Scadlands Bushcraft did a coffee. What the hell? I'm gonna look that up. I definitely blew the spelling of that. Scadland Bushcraft shop. Okay. Oh yeah, Bushcraft blend. Really? No, I don't need a ground. 1450. Yeah, it's got to be for. Hey, does anyone know what the hell is the deal with like the smoking rabbit patches? Let's see how much this is going to cost for me to get it across the damn border. Wait, are they in the States or are they up here? Contact. This does not work. Instagram. Firefighter. Bushcraft gear. Nature. All pictures are mine. Doesn't give me a location. Does not give me a location. It's got some cool axes and shit going down. And stuff is what I meant to say. Was that the whole bean? I just want to see what it's going to cost to ship to Canada. Let us see. While I'm doing this. Oh no, I lost my live stream thing. Hold on. Oh, yes. Okay, there we are. Easy to build, just some tinkering. How about I show you on mine? Easy stuff. There's a Canadian coffee company that just came out. I think it's called Rebel Coffee, because he's not afraid of the panther. I know the story of the smoking rabbit. You know the story of the smoking rabbit? What is up with it? I don't understand, because I see patches show up everywhere with that smoking rabbit. I've seen them at like the Hidden Woodsman and at Scavlands and all this. And I'm just like, what's going on, guys? No, 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 no. Go back. Actually, it's $20 Canadian. Oh, shite. I just ordered it. What the hell are you doing, Mr. Scotch? I hope my wife likes it. Damn you, Tyler Nick. Damn you to heck. I wouldn't have done that by accident if you guys hadn't told me about the fact that they made coffee. Although it's funny because I mean I'm as I said, I'm sub to him on the Instas, so check out the Edge. I will take note. The Edge. Because Alec Baldwin and Anthony Hopkins? Okay, I'll check that out. I'm just taking note of that. There's a cougar and a rabbit, both great woodsmen. Cougar challenges rabbit to hunt. They hunt each other. The cougar says, I'll hunt you first. Frick you to heck. Rabbit takes off, and he's so far ahead, he sits back and has a smoke and some ferns. Okay. Oh, he's in Idaho. Okay. Idaho. Idaho at what? Okay, that's terrible. Shut up, Jesse. Yeah, thanks, Nick. Now that I've spent my bloody money, $20. But why did I click the button? Filmed in Lake Louise. Okay. Bart the bear. I didn't. Cougar sees the plumes of smoke and jumps for it, and the rabbit is gone, and all that's left is the pipe. So that's where that comes from? Why do I say things right? I should make that the next t-shirt, eh? Why do I say things? Rain Dance Bushcraft 2019. You know, for a non-cask strength, this is really good. That salty, smoky thing is, oh, it's actually got tasting notes on it. Color, beach, yes, very much so. Nose, lemon and citrus with a sweet, smoky aroma, absolutely. The palate is vanilla and butterscotch with an intense, sweet, peaty aftertaste. Yes. Finish, signature Kilchoman with a long, lingering finish. I don't know what the hell a signature Kilchoman finish is. But what I'm getting for the finish is that there's a lingering butterscotch thing. There's a lingering saltiness just across the top of it. There's a little touch of smoke sort of up. Like it feels like it's up above. As the cougar is looking at the pipe, the rabbit kills the cougar. Tenenbaum, the smoking rabbit's been the emblem of Mad River Canoe for a long time. Okay. Is everything you needed? Tea is always everything you need at Holmes. I will say, though, that I should leave the tea for after the scotch is finished because it's kind of getting weird here. Basically, the rabbit's confident in his skills, and he's able to sit back and smoke a pipe. Really, that's what the whole story is. That's where the smoking rabbit comes from. The smoking hare, I guess it is. Interesting. Because I've been wondering about that forever. I've been like, what's with the smoking rabbit? How's, by the way, has anyone had any buffering issues? Because nobody's been complaining. But I'm not directly below my router the way I am when I'm in the basement sitting at my desk. So that's the smoking rabbit story. Interesting. These glasses, the Glencairn glass, is designed for whiskey tasting. It's like, because you guys know what like old school whiskey glasses were like, you know, rocks glasses and all that. Well, this was designed specifically for tasting. Okay, it's designed so that you can check the body. All right. With this shape, it concentrates all the nose notes, so that you can, like, I can smell the salt, I can smell the smoke, the peat. Okay, and for me, like brine, smoke, and peat are my three favorite things for a scotch. So it's designed to concentrate all those when you stick your nose in it. You can see what the body is, if it's kind of syrupy or if it's very liquidy. Okay, when you're looking for legs in a wine or whiskey, the only thing that legs say is that the sort of to simplify the sugar content, you know. And then when you take your sip, it concentrates the scent and like everything all in one space instead of opening it up and letting all that dissipate. So when you go to a whiskey tasting, this is the glass you kind of need to have, you know. Okay, Simo. No buffering on your end. Good. Wood pitching. You've even made a patch of the smoking rabbit. Have you? I knew you were starting to make patches. I didn't know you'd made a smoking rabbit one. You're having them, but it's not too terrible. Just breaks a little bit. No buffering to fix your network. Thank you very much. 2 retracted messages. God, guys, what? Why you gotta be hating? Half the joy of scotch is the nose, the smell. Guys, really, Simo, Tyler, grow up, eh? What? What? I said what? You know what? What means is what? No more messages retracted. Simo, by the way, I think Simo is the only one to have bought one of my message retracted T-shirts. So good, so good, so good. You mean like a Glencairn glass, Tyler? Is that what you're asking about? You mean the glasses? Well, this one I got from Kensington Wine Market because I was at a Scotch tasting. Um, but, oh God, I'm not on screen anymore. Okay, well, anyways, it's too high for me to reach without moving this little pizza ball. But I ordered a box of 4 of them on Amazon. The thing is, they're expensive because this is a very recent glass design, so it's not out in the wild. There's only one company making these. There's only one company making the Glencairn glass, so they're expensive as hell. They're essentially $10 a glass. So I ordered 4 of them for about $39 on Amazon.ca, purely because I'm going to have a whiskey tasting here. A very small one, like 6 guys in total, including me. I've got 2 from the Kensington Wine Market, and I've got the 4 that I bought off of the Amazons. Fireball, Dr. Pepper, and some Tabasco sauce. Oh, a shirt, yeah, of course. Haha, Nick. Simon, you had problems with the payment? Hold on. The Tyler of Tylers. Below all of my videos, I have a link for the t-shirts. for some reason they don't all work. You can't always click on them, but you can usually just copy and paste the text out. Excuse me. I say, excuse me. I do believe I may have acquired a hewing axe head. What I did was on the Book of Faces, the Axe Junkies group, which if any of you guys are on Facebook, that's a great group. That's a great bunch of guys, and they know almost everything about axes. There's another group called Axe Hounds, which also is very good. I'm not a member of that one yet. Hey, Mo Homestead, how's it going? What's up in your part of the world? What part of the world are you in? I don't need a very specific location or anything. I was just wondering where you kick back. I have no idea where I was going with Missouri. Okay. I have no idea what the hell I was talking about. No, seriously, I don't remember what the hell I was talking about. Who wants to bring me back on track here? Geez, I don't remember. What the hell? What's up with that? Yes, I may have sourced a hewing axe head. I went to in La Chute, Quebec. There's a flea market every Tuesday morning, and I went. But because the season's over and it was kind of rainy, there were almost no booths up. And there was a guy there selling a bunch of axes that were all wickedly overpriced. And I think in the last live stream I mentioned that was where there was the plum with the bevels that I didn't buy. But I saw he also had a couple of hewing axes. And I was like, there's no way I'm giving you 175 for an axe that's got two massive, like big freaking chunks out of the bit, kind of thing. But on the Axe Junkies Facebook group, I put up my little Norland double hatchet for trade against a hewing axe. Got a couple of bites, but not much has happened. One of them has come back to me with this head. It's got no name on it, but it looks like it's in really good condition. And instead of offering it for trade, he wants to sell it to me, but the price is really freaking good. So I think I'm gonna drop him a line and say, yeah, let's do it. Canoe Hound, man, I've been talking about you. Everybody, hold on a second. Sorry, guys, that was a legit pit stop because I've been drinking tea and scotch all night. Dennis, I've been talking. I was mentioning you because the reason I came on tonight and then I got lost in the shuffle because everything has gotten way more interesting is a few live streams ago we talked about doing a gear pass around, and you were in on that combo, but I don't remember if you'd said you were in or not. But while I was washing the dishes tonight, I was like, I want to do it. I want to do it. And so I've been inviting anyone who's really interested to look me up on Signal or like message me through the Instagrams or something. Or you can just message me through the Facebook Messenger if you want. Just don't use email because I won't be able to see it until the next day kind of thing because I'm very bad at checking my emails. But also, I wanted to talk to you because after the last live stream, which was last night, I actually tried out live stream something, the app that you used to to do a panel discussion. I tried it out and it worked really well. So I want to be able to just sort of say, Dennis, I'm doing it. Are you in? Yes, I'm in. Here's the link. Let's go. So I'm looking for a way to talk to people who that it's not email, it's something that's more immediate, you know? Hold on a second. Yeah, sorry, Dennis. It's just between the tea and the scotch. They've been drinking a lot of liquids tonight, and I'll have you know that they're both diuretics. Yeah, I'm homesteading. We're thinking about maybe doing a pass around of some sort of gear item. StreamYard, yes, that's the one. But I would love for you to be involved in my next panel discussion, and I would very much love for you to be involved if you'd said you were interested, which I think you were. In fact, you just said you are. Okay, because I have a lot of like the more I watch your channel, the more I respect your views on gear. And you've got really good taste in knives, for instance. So if we send around a knife, I would love to know what your thoughts are on it. And as we pass the thing around, the one thing I would insist on is everyone who gets it does either an Instagram post or a Facebook post or a, I don't know, whatever, blog post or a YouTube about, as they test the item before sending it to the next guy. I will text you. Oh, Moham said, yeah. I don't know if you, for any of you guys who used to be on the Blade forums, like bladeforums.com, there was this thing called the Gauntlet, which is a terrible, stupid name, which was a bunch of guys who would pass. It was very knife related. One of them would get a knife and pass it. It was, I think, 4 or 6 guys. And they would each do a test and do a post about it on the forum. I don't host a forum, so I have to find another way for this to happen. All I really care about is that whoever gets the item plays with it, tests it, sharpens it up before sending it to the next guy, and then writes or videos or in some way records their thoughts and puts it up, and then says, this is going to the next guy, kind of thing, And Dennis, I respect you a lot. I think your channel is great, and I know that you would have something to say about anything that gets passed around, whether it be a knife, an axe, I don't know, a paddle. Maybe not a paddle. Let's not do a paddle. Like, let's keep the tools kind of thing, The homesteading YouTube community just does it with seeds. Really? I did not know that. Seeds. Interesting. Here's the thing, because I've mentioned to someone earlier in this video that we have a very small garden here. We have a small yard that the missus decided she wanted to put a pool into, so we have a very small yard. And we used to have a garden that was about 16, maybe about 18 feet long. I'm using feet because there are a lot of Americans on here, so I'm doing sort of the math in my head. And I'm enumerate, so I might be completely wrong. But it was the length of a garage, plus about maybe 4 feet. But now we're down to just maybe that last 4 feet. We've got a lot of tomatoes this year. We got some huge zucchinis. We got some beans. We got, a few things, but nothing like we used to get. But one thing I've always been trying to do is like introduce more like heritage crops, or old school. The missus cares more about, let's get some stuff growing that we can eat this year. I'm all about like, man, let's heritage breeds, and all that stuff. Heirloom. Sorry, it's heritage breeds with animals. Heirloom. varieties with plants, I think. Am I wrong about that, Homestead? Um, yes, Canoe Hound. Yes, I would love to have, if we can get this thing started, if we can get like 4 to 8 guys really interested. I would love to have 4 guys in Canada and 4 guys in the States. But if we can get like that many guys involved and nobody drops the ball, it would be amazing if there was just constantly something going around. I know Tyler wants to put a knife into the ring because he makes stuff, right? Um, but he doesn't have one ready yet. But if you think you can get that stove moving around as a first step, drop me a line after this and let's do it. Here's what I want. I want the people who want to be involved to let me know, and we'll set it up so that everyone knows who's getting who's getting the stuff. It crosses the border only twice. All the Canadians, then all the Americans, or all the Americans, then all the Canadians. I don't care which way it goes. The item goes back to the original owner. If someone decides they would really like to own it, they can negotiate with the original owner. If the original owner wants to let go of it, that's fine. But like, if I bought a knife for $300, I would not sell it for $300. After it's been used by all that many people, I would let it go for cheaper. I don't want to lay any kind of percentages on anyone, but it's just let's not take advantage of each other, you know? Heirloom, yeah, homesteading. I've had like 4 scotches. So have I had 4? I think I've had 4. My scotch is way too expensive for me to have 4 or 5 in a night. Yeah, Tyler, I'm gonna do that right after we're done here. But yeah, Canoe Hound. Sorry, one dumb thing to say, Dennis. If you can get that set up, that would be amazing. Because we don't have to have only one thing going around at a time, right? Because say we've got one thing going around. Say there are 8 guys involved. I don't think we're going to get 8. We might have 6. But say there are 6 or 8 guys involved. If I receive something, it's going to take me a couple of weeks at least to get around to doing a video on it or a blog post or whatever, right? So if we can get this really working, there's nothing to say that we can't have 2 things sort of doing the rounds at the same time, you know? I just don't want it to become something that someone feels compelled to do. I I want everyone involved to be into the idea and to find it fun. Because I don't want to be the guy to impose something on someone. You know, the people who watch my channel and sub to my channel are not people I want to impose things on. They're people I want to invite to do cool things with, you know? That was grammatically terrible, but you know what I'm saying. What am I missing? Garden in your back, sign the concrete we've done for the fence posts. Well, the thing is, we've still got some space after the pool went in, Simo. How about a twig stove? Yes. KIHD products. Canoe Hound, how do you get stuff? Because I just keep getting doors closed in my face because I don't have enough viewers or subs or whatever, you know? I mean, I've had a couple of things delivered, but I mean, I always offer to ship the thing back. I have a lot of experience as a professional reviewer in magazines, you know? And I know to always offer to either give the thing away or send it back, you know? Heirloom, tie, and you crafted some planter boxes, and we're looking forward to growing some stuff this winter. Planter boxes are a good move, man. You guys, man, you're doing it right. Hit that Instagram and tag me on Signal. I will, absolutely, after we're done here. Mind if you plug the Insta for recent attendees? No, go for it. Plug it. Plug it, plug it, plug it, plug it. Signal will help you plug it. You'd like to grow anything here aside from no, yeah. Canoe Hound, you're doing an outdoors and hunting show in Barrie, Ontario. Yes, run the idea by them. If they're into it, let's do it. Let's do it. Just drop me a line. We'll come up with like sort of a final list of people who are involved in this phase. I know we're going to get something from Tyler at some point as well. Um, yeah, Tyler, Simo's going to put your links up for you because he's I made him a moderator. Oh, he's done it. Okay, so I'm sort of scrolling down as we talk here, you know. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, CH Rustic Works. There's some cool stuff going on there, guys. You know the guys from KIHT Stowe, so that is easy. But the for must have contacted me through Facebook or YouTube. I don't get it, man. I don't know why I'm not being contacted. It's weird. There's a lot about Facebook that makes me really question what I'm doing. I don't mean, oh, I should stop. I mean, I'm throwing a shit ton of work into my channel, and I think that anyone who does this, who looks at my channel, will see and understand how much work I put in. Especially because every time I have text on screen that's time talking, it takes forever, you know. And you know, I don't get the same level of interest as you seem to. Canoe Hound, who's that downfilled mummy bag from? Canoe Hound, I am not. I was, but I got demonetized. I don't have the 4,000 hours. There's something in the way I'm titling or tagging my videos that's really not working. I'm at like 90% of the way, or 81. I've gone down. But Dennis, who is that downfilled mummy bag from? Because somebody was talking to me about a mummy bag, I think, but it seemed really kind of weird, like the way they were working it. Hold on, let me find it. Let me find it. No, I can't find it. It was a company that was like, you want to, you want to review one of our sleeping bags, but it was weird. Like I had to order it through Amazon and tell them how much it cost, and they would PayPal me the money. And I was like, wait a minute. I don't know if I want to do this. Where the hell were they? Yes, I have it in front of me, but I don't want to say they. Yes, okay. Dennis, did you end up spending money on the bag, or did that whole thing work out? Because they want me to go to Amazon, tell them how much it costs, then I think order it, and they'll reimburse me. How did it work for you? Simo, it was just that I didn't have the 4,000 hours. I'm at like 3,800. It's terrible. It's insulting, and it kills me. Kills me. So yeah, Dennis, if you didn't get screwed, then I'll go for it. Because they offered the same thing to me, but it just seems so weird. Sorry, I'm just closing some of these windows because I got millions of windows up, and I'm using a laptop, so it's like. All right, Tyler, and I'm assuming Nick as well. I'll see you. Wow, no, that's a terrible thing to say. All right, Tyler, have a good night. Nick, if you're hanging out, you're obviously welcome. This is the second time you've done this, Dennis. Okay, because I was all weirded out by it. All right, I'll let them know that I'll do it then. Okay, I'll let them know. I'll do it tonight. I'll let them know tonight that I'll do it. All right, Nick, have a good night. I'll see you guys next week, I hope. Hold on. What kind of scotch? I was having the Octomore by Berklandig, but now I'm having Kilchoman. This is not a cask strength. I don't know if you're into scotch, but this is not a cask strength. It's like 46%. Yes, it's 46%. Whereas cask strength is always like 50 odd and more. But it's very good. It's got like a salty thing happening. It's got a smoky thing is happening. It's got a peaty thing happening, which are all that's my palate, you know. Hit the thumbs up for the host. Show the love. Yes, I agree. I think I'll be speaking to Tyler fairly soon. Maybe Nick as well. That would be cool. That would be cool. Great. Be fabulous. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm up late, you know. I'm just looking for that message. Oh yeah, I'll do it. Why not? It's 23:11. Sure thing, Tyler. Mo homesteading. I don't know where you live, but how's the scotch? Well, are you into scotch? It's funny. I used to be much more into. Oh, okay. My baby is awake. I gotta go, guys. I'll speak to you later. I'll see you hopefully next Tuesday from 9 p.m. Montreal / New York time on till about 11. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.